some of the actions. Oh, yeah, man, I heard Raleigh's gonna have a fucking law where you have to wear your mask all times and shit.
Yeah, I've heard about that today too, and someone I know in the area told me the same thing that's gonna happen.
Is that a law now or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much in certain parts of North Carolina, but I don't know if it applies to where I am because I
Right.
haven't heard nothing about that. Even my mom would normally tell me if something like that was going on where
So that's a law. So
we are.
if you go out, you have to wear a mask. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
order
pretty
shit.
much going
I'm
out.
not.
Yeah,
I'm just ordering everything in. There's nowhere to go anyway. It's like people want to go out to the beach and the movies and all that, and you can't
yeah,
because you know what I mean. I
yeah,
talked to one
but
of my homeboys early. He's like he's buying himself a pool. He's not even thinking about going to the beach. He's just gonna buy a pool for his house. You
oh
know,
wow.
yeah. Because I mean they closed
Yeah,
that.
I've been hesitant on stuff like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like who wants to go out to a restaurant or to the park and you gotta wear a mask? Like that's uncomfortable.
I can't even talk in a mask and
Yeah,
shit.
Exactly. It's like how are you gonna
some
eat in a
people able to
restaurant?
hear me. Yeah, you better off just ordering delivery or takeout.
Exactly. You want to go to the movie theater and with a mask on? How you gonna eat
No,
popcorn?
movie theaters been closed for ever since this whole thing happened, so
Right. But
theirs is like pretty
they're gonna
much
open
closed
it
for
up
good.
in July. They're supposed to be opening back certain movie theaters, but I'm not going.
Oh wow.
I refuse to go with a mask on, so I'll stay my ass at home.
Yeah, I
Well,
know
see
I
me in
know yeah. I don't know how in the world my job is gonna work once we open back up because it's like we're gonna have to have a sign on the door, pretty much everyone saying you're not gonna get in here unless you and your kids have masks on
right.
because we can't operate the way we were operating before this whole COVID-19 happened because it's not gonna work. And it's just a lot of stuff that's very questionable.
Cool. Reg, I like that
Yeah.
poster on your wall. I got like a similar portrait.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I plan on getting my hands on a poster like that one day too.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Definitely. What up, Ronnie and Sam?
Hey
My
guys.
my only gripe about this particular poster is that they don't have no female rappers on it. On some real shit.
There's no rappers?
Female
He
rappers,
said there's
like,
no
Oh,
female
no
rappers.
rappers?
cause I used to have a black and white poster with
Right.
female rappers, but that shit got fucked up when I was moving and shit. So
Oh,
yeah. Also, I want to show you something. Got
okay.
fucking Curry, Denzel Curry's album poster right there and shit.
Oh wow.
You should frame that.
You said what?
You should
Oh
frame
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm gonna start framing some stuff. I just gotta make my
What up?
merch.
What up, Q?
Got the Marvin
Marvin
Gaye.
Gaye. You should frame that one also.
Yep. Got
Mm-hmm.
Source Magazine. Got a picture. I don't know if y'all can see that. Got a picture of Shaka Khan.
Yeah, I see it.
That's dope.
The Rakim. Yeah. I also got a post of Apollonia 6 in my in the studio
Oh
and shit
shit.
too.
Damn.
Oh, and also Quebec. Got the of course the Pan
That's
African flag.
that's
Yeah.
right, man.
All right, we about to go in about 5 more minutes and shit.
I just watched Belly and the Good Son. The Good Son is that the one with Macaulay Culkin when he was little? I think I saw that one.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of that movie.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah,
one.
but he was bad in that
It
movie.
was. That should have been called a Bad Son.
I've never seen that movie, Good Son.
You ever seen that?
Nah,
Yeah, you should check it out one day.
you said it has
Yeah,
Macaulay Culkin.
That's early Macaulay
Yeah, it
Culkin,
said Macaulay Culkin in it.
like after Home Alone Macaulay.
Yeah, yeah. Way after that.
Oh shit.
Do you have a poster of Luther Vandross? Reg, do you have a poster of Luther?
I don't.
You don't?
Oh man.
I mean, not yet, though. But I was actually thinking about getting a poster of Rick James one day.
Ooh.
Right.
Ronnie said, "What's y'all favorite Prince album?" Oh, you should already know Ronnie. Sign of the Times.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain,
I,
yep.
I hate to sound cliche, but that was my
Yeah.
introduction to punk.
Believe it or not, my
Yeah.
introduction to Prince was Diamond and Pearls. Well,
Yes, I remember you told me that.
the first album I listened
Yeah.
to was Diamond and Pearls.
That was a great album too.
Mhm. Yeah. The first song I heard from him was Black Sweat.
Black Sweat.
Mm.
That's an album I don't play. 3121.
Oh wow.
I need to play that more.
Yeah, it's a solid album though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey Ronnie, let me ask you a question. Are you more of a musicology fan or a 3121 fan? Because I heard a lot of Prince fans in recent years try to diss musicology and shit in recent years.
Mm. My mom got a copy of Musicology. Made someone from her job made her a copy of that CD.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's still available on Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause they just re-released it.
Right.
yeah. I'm pretty sure they re-released a lot of his stuff.
Happy birthday, Tupac.
Yeah, yeah. That man would have been
That was
49. Yeah, he would have been 49.
R.I.P. Pac.
Yeah. Crazy thing is about when he passed away, he um he died on the 13th. My birthday was 2 days after that.
Oh wow,
I wasn't even 3 yet.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So how do you know Pac then? Like he was only 2 when he died. How did you grow up with him?
Well, very close family friends are originally from California.
Mhm.
They had a lot of West Coast stuff. Pretty much like they had like get-togethers like at their place, like barbecues or birthdays or
Mhm.
holiday
Right.
dinners or whatever. They would play certain stuff, and of course, Pop came on. And when I got older, I was more familiar with his like other stuff, like some of his biggest hits, like California Love, How Do You Want It, Changes, and then I want to say the first Tupac movie I've seen him in was, I want to say it was either Poetic Justice or Gang Related. And I
Right.
also remember he was on an episode of A Different World during that final season as well. I remember that.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I go on Instagram lately, I just see a lot of people reposting that episode and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That
getting
was
to
one
the
of my
point.
favorites though.
Oh yeah, it was a good episode, but it's just like, is that all y'all fans know? Is like, it's either that episode or the episode when Dwayne and Ron were in jail, or the
Oh
wedding
yeah.
episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
no one talks about the episode with Blair Underwood in it when he was about to go to the Gulf War or some shit. No one talks about the
Yeah.
episode when I think Ron wanted to cross and shit like that or some shit. No one
Mm-hmm.
talks about those episodes,
Mm-mm.
but at least it's getting more recognition these days. Like I say,
Yeah,
Favorite
you know
Tupac
what?
album.
Yeah, you know what? A Different World is on Amazon Prime Video too as well. So they got all the seasons of that on there.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this. In other words, saying, "Oh, we're not gonna release the show on DVD."
Ronnie, you
No,
asked
I
me
would
this.
think no, I'm pretty sure they have the show released on DVD.
Favorite Pac album. We asked this like days ago.
Oh my goodness, man.
Me,
Me
me,
Against the World.
Me Against the World. I love All Eyes on Me though.
Yeah, it's between Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me for those are my picks.
yeah. We know Dwayne's mother was Patti LaBelle.
Yeah. And of course Diane Carroll was Whitley's mom.
Man.
Yeah, all
Rest in
right.
peace, Diane Carroll. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, another episode no one talks about was when Whitney was like Dwayne's maid or some shit, and then Patti
Yeah.
LaBelle. That's a funny ass episode. This
Oh
shit, whatever.
yeah. And then you know what really made me laugh was when Whitley always messed up Keanu's name on purpose. Like in one episode, she ended up calling her Kakukala.
Like Keanu. The Patti LaBelle was like, now I'm mad because I think they dropped her prune cakes or some shit.
Yeah, it was some dish. Yeah.
Shake it, shake. Oh man. All right, but I'm ready to start whenever y'all are.
All
All right.
right.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. This is the part 2 of the book collection. Um, yeah, man, we just got like a few more books to show y'all and stuff like that. This is the last official live video before I go on this break and whatnot. So let's make this shit work. You guys know what we're gonna do? Just show like two or three books at once, some shit. The first book I want to show y'all. Everyone should know about this book. It's the 48 Laws of Power. This was released. I want to say this was released. Okay, I can't find the year at the moment, but while I find that, this book pretty much talks about how one obtains power throughout his mind or whatnot. It was written by Robert Greene, and it's pretty much a very influential book. It was originally released in 1998. Oh wow, damn. So when it comes to this book, a lot of people like a lot of celebrities, rappers, and it also has a following when it comes to like prison inmates and shit like that too. So
Right.
you have like certain laws, and it be some real ass shit like make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. Then it has like do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Like just some real common sense, and then it will take you back to like what happened like back like the 1500s, how the origins of that law and shit like that. I had to actually rebuy this book because someone actually stole my original copy.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This book is very popular, especially in Central. Niggas will read it. Will reading this book. I think I left it in the class and I misplaced it, so I have to recently repurchase this book about a couple of months ago or some stuff like that. So
Oh wow.
I'm not all the way finished with it, but yeah, man, like definitely very, very influential, dope book, The 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
All right, my next book I want to show y'all. This is another book that I recently got a couple of years ago. Not recently, excuse me. If you guys watch this channel, you guys should know it won't be a surprise that I got this book. It is Norman Lear's autobiography.
Oh.
Even this I get to experience. This was released. I want to say this was released 2016. It was released. Yeah, you guys should know who Norman Lear is. He is the creator of like classic shows like All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Good Times, so on and so on. Actually, this was released in 2014. Excuse me. So yeah, he just pretty much talks about his life story. Um, Pretty much talks about his influence to what made him influential about getting the shows. Like I remember, like him saying that his ex-wife was inspiration for the show Mon, which the show that starred B. Arthur, not the Golden Girls. It's the one in the '70s and stuff like that. It also talks about All in the Family, because you guys should know that him and Carol O'Connor, the actor that played Archie Bunker, dope actor, rest in peace. They never really saw eye to eye a lot when they were doing the show, so it's pretty interesting rereading this and stuff like that too. So if you're a fan of '70s television, if you're a fan of sitcoms, this might be a very interesting book for you and stuff. Because I know a lot of people kind of have their mixed feeling with Norman Lear, especially in regards to Eric Monty, which that's another story for a different day. But yeah, this is a very dope book.
All right, I got a couple of comics I'm gonna display tonight. The first issue of Walking Dead from Image Comics.
Oh shit.
Walking Dead, the comic came out in '03, and the show came on AMC in 2010, and just following the character of Rick Grimes and um his wife Lori. She's dead now, but at the time, you had Lori and his friend Shane, and that whole zombie invasion that was going on, and the ordeal with him and the whole gang, Daryl and the rest of the gang, and a great comic book. Everybody should know this comic and the TV show, and definitely a classic comic book. I love it. Definitely one of the best TV shows on right now. So I forgot what year I picked this up. It might have been like 2 or 3 years ago, but definitely a great comic book. The other one I went to Comic Con for this one, 2012. The History Channel. They had a series called Mankind: the story of all of us.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what guys. One of the guys from the show autographed it. That's his autograph down here and up and over here. But it was a 12-part series about like the Ice Age and space and stuff. And I never watched it, but while he was there, he gave me his autograph at the table. They were giving out the comic books for free. I went to a couple of Comic Cons, like at least 4 or 5 over the years. So this was like one of the Comic Cons I went to when he autographed it for me, and I kept it, but I never watched the history series. So I don't even I don't even know what it's about. I know it's about the Ice Age and space and civilization and stuff, but I never watched the series. So yeah, this is the history. We got the history logo in the back and shit. So the illustration is good. It has like nice pictures and stuff like that. But I never even read the comic. I just know about a little bit about it, but that's the two I wanted to show. I got like 3 others I'll show later.
Okay. All right. Since I have 9 books with me, I'm pretty much going to show 3 at a time. All right. Let me see. I have here with me Kiki Palmer's book, I Don't Belong to You, Quiet the Noise and Find Your Voice. Yeah, but this one here is pretty much like half her autobiographical story and half inspirational book as well. Pretty much she talks about certain things like how she got into the entertainment business, issues with being in certain relationships when she was like in her teenage years up into her young adult years now. Pretty much how she got certain roles that made her career, like Akeelah and the Bee and the role of Queen Latifah's niece in Barbershop 2, and her having her own show on Nickelodeon, True Jackson VP. It's a really great book. Yeah, but I remember one year I was looking on my Instagram. She ended up being a guest speaker at my alma mater, NCCU, and still to this day, I'm like, dang, it would have been dope if I would have met her that day. Probably she would have autographed this book, man. That would have been so cool, man. But it's a great read for anyone who's interested. I mean, the book has 10 chapters, and it's it's a great read. You will not be disappointed in this book.
Have you seen the movie Pimp?
No, but she talked about it in her book, and I have yet to see that because I
Yeah.
know she played like a lesbian in that movie.
Yeah. She played a lesbian pimp.
Lesbian pimp, yeah.
Yeah. That was a good film.
I gotta check that out one day. Yeah. The other two that I have with me are written by Jackie Christie. She's the wife of former NBA player Doug Christie.
Oh God.
Um, yeah,
I know all about Jackie.
yeah. On Basketball Wives as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, on Basketball Wives LA. Yeah.
Yep.
She came out with two books really. She came out with Proud to be a Color Girl and Woman: A Practical Guide to Loving the Skin You're In. Pretty much they're just like inspirational books for women pretty much. It
Right.
has like certain chapters of like I don't know, like doing what you gotta do to like find yourself or whatever. Like pretty
She
much
talk about Doug in the book in any of those books?
no, she
No.
didn't talk about her husband in this book. No. She
Hmm.
probably might have a like an autobiographical book. I don't know her life's. No, I take that back. She has a relationship book that her and her husband put out together a few years back.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't have that. I don't have that book.
Right.
But
That
yeah,
is a
yeah.
messy drama queen, though.
She, I'll admit, she has her moments being over the top, even what I've seen on the show and all
You
that.
think?
And yeah, yeah. But I mean, sometimes she's coming from a good place. Other stuff, she just, I'd be like, dang, what was she thinking?
Mm-hmm.
But overall, these books are great reads as well. There's like some chapters about like a healthy mind, body, and soul. Pretty much tips to like maintain your physical health as well as your mental and emotional health in both these books as well.
Right.
And yeah, because yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty much for anyone who's interested in wanting something. But I know in this book here, she has like a nutritional guide or whatever in this book as well.
Really?
So yeah,
Nutritional
yeah,
guide. What is she like telling people to eat?
certain stuff that has certain benefits like fiber and
Mm,
um certain stuff that has certain vitamins in it like vitamin D, iron, you
mm,
know, certain antioxidants, stuff like that to maintain certain levels or whatever.
mm.
What foods are found in them, stuff like that. Yeah, these aren't bad at all. I don't know anyone who would be interested in these, but hey,
Mm.
it is what it is.
Oh man. It's on you, Reg.
Yeah.
Me.
hmm
Now, this book, in my opinion, this is among one of the best music memoirs I've read in my life. Some of the craziest stories appeared in this book. Is The Confessions of Rick James,
Oh
Memoirs of
shit.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah. Um, this was released in 2007, but it was re-released in 2014, but they renamed it Glow. I would just stick to this copy right here because this is like
right.
I feel like they took some stuff
right.
out of that one. Um, yeah, y'all should know who Rick James is. One
hmm
of the greatest artists in my opinion. Like, damn man, like just dope songs like Mary Jane, Super Freak, um, Cold
You and
Blooded,
I.
You and I, Fool on the Street. I can go on. Fire and Desire. I can go on and on
Yes.
and on. So yo, this book right here, man, I don't even know where to begin with this one because he pretty much takes us through like his whole career. And there's some stuff I really did not even know about
Mm-hmm.
him prior to reading this book. Like, for one, he was signed to Motown years earlier in like the mid '60s, and he was working with Neil Young. Yes, the same Neil Young, folk musician, part of Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, all that crap. Yeah, very dope artist as well too. So also, this was really the first time he went fully in depth with his beef with Prince and stuff. He had like a whole chapter dedicated to that. Um, what else about this book? What else? With just him like doing coke a lot, shit like that. Of course, you know. He also got into a beef with George Clinton too. Believe it or not.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It was like over either a music deal or a drug deal. I have to reread the book and stuff
Oh
too. So
man.
yeah, man. Like a very interesting book and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is pretty much like one of like you guys would not put this book down if you start reading it and shit. Like it's definitely one of the greatest music memoirs in my opinion.
I gotta get that one day.
Yeah, good luck finding this edition because it's of course out of print, and I actually had to pay like
Mm.
about $4 just to get this book. So I don't know how
How
much it was.
much?
About $40 something.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it's that out of print shit like that.
Mm.
That's why I kind of prefer this edition over the glow edition and shit like that. For one, the album cover is more gangster. I mean, not the album cover, the book cover is more gangster and shit like that. So yeah, man, like that's a very dope book. That's the memoir of Super Freak. Um, the next book I want to show y'all is another book I recently read about 2 years ago. It's called Homie Don't Play That: The Story of In Living Color and the Black Comedy Revolution. This was
Dang.
I
um
had a T-shirt where I said that back in the day.
Homie,
With
don't play that.
right, I had that with Damon Wayans as the clown. And
yeah, man. I want to say this book was released 2018 and stuff like that. Yeah, you guys also should know about Living Color, one of my favorite shows of all time. One, in my opinion, the best sketch comedy show, at way better than, of course, Saturday Night Live.
Right.
A lot of acts came from it, like David Allen Greer, Alda Wayans, Jim
Mm-hmm.
Carrey, Amy Fox, Jennifer
Yep.
Lopez,
Yep.
and so on. Yeah, this book was released in 2018. This is a very dope book. It's a very heavy book. It doesn't just talk about In Living Color. It pretty much just talks about the Black Comedy Revolution that pretty much started with like Eddie Murphy
right,
and shit like that. Um, just to the origins of like Keenen Ivory Wayans' career, how he was working a lot of times with Robert Townsend, the Hard Hollywood Shuffle,
Mm-hmm.
um, Get You Sucker, Dope
Yep.
Movie and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of things I really did not know about In Living Color prior to reading this book. Like for one, I did not know that Paul Mooney, who was like Richard Pryor's comedy partner, he was the original inspiration behind Homie the Clown, which I
Oh
was
wow.
like, yeah. And if you watch In Living Color a lot in like the first season, especially the Homie the Clown sketches, you
Mm-hmm.
can see a lot of Paul Mooney's mannerisms and stuff like that, like in like that Homie the Clown character and shit. Also, there was this part about a beef between Keenan Ivory Wayans and Jim Carrey too.
What?
Yeah, pretty much what had happened was this was around a time when a lot of the cast arrived. It was like a tense environment working, and so the cast was in like a reading for like script, and Jim Carrey pretty much got up, stuck his ass right at Keenan Ivory Wayans and started talking through his ass. A lot of people were kind
Mm.
of shocked because it was like the first time somebody actually stood up to Keenan Ivory Wayans, and believe it or not, that was the moment where it inspired Jim Carrey to do that little talking through his ass thing from the Ace Ventura movie.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Mm.
But of course, they apologized and stuff too. It's also pretty sad in some parts too, like just the departure of Keenan Ivory Wayans, when it's a crazy story about how Kim Wayans left the show, which that's this gonna be the last story I tell before I move on. I don't want to spend too much time discussing the book, but
Mm-hmm.
if you guys remember those sketches when she played that nosy neighbor, I
Yeah.
forget the name, Benita or some shit like
Anita
that.
Latrell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Well, this is around the time like the fourth season when Keenan had left, Marlon had left, and both Sean and Kim they were contract obligated to stay there. And Kim felt that one of the sketches, excuse me, had like some racial overtones to it, and she did not want to perform the sketch. That's how she left the show and stuff
Mm.
like that. So yeah, man, this is a very interesting book. One of like the best book I've read based on like a TV show. Like I said, it's very heavy, like very very heavy at times. Like sometimes, like you might want to. Sometimes, like you might not watch Living Color the same way after reading this book, but
Mm.
yeah, homie don't play that story for Living Color.
Um, two of some of my favorites comics growing up was X-Men. Um, this is X-Men Gold. My bad. This is X-Men Gold, and this is X-Men Secret Wars. And people should know the story of Secret Wars. It was similar to like Civil War, Marvel Civil War, but
Mhm.
there's like a lot of shit going on in that. What's his name? The Last Emperor. Used to be a rapper named The Last Emperor back in the '90s. He made a song called Secret Wars, and he detailed, everything that was going on in this saga from Marvel. I got this on Comic Book Day. You can see free Comic Book Day. Comic Book Day, I got it. X-Men Gold. I don't really know the damn story. Like, I forgot a lot that was going on in this story. But these are like one of the very first issues for X-Men Gold with Wolverine and a lot of stuff going on in these comics. Um, at some point, Marvel will be doing the Secret Wars event like they did with Avengers Infinity War. That'll probably be like the next big movie saga for Marvel, like leading up another 4 or 5 years. They'll be leading up to this one. There's a lot of stuff they got to cover though. They got to cover certain characters. Galactus at some point will probably show up. The Eternals. That movie's coming out. A lot of stuff they got to cover before they get to this. But at some point they will be doing this. But yeah, X-Men always like one of my favorite comics. Definitely check it out. Um, this one I'll do this one last. So Ashley, you could go. I'll do the last one. I'll do this one last.
Okay. All right. My next three are Your Next Level Life, pretty much the 7 rules of power, confidence, and opportunity for Black women in America.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't read this one yet. The next one I got is written by Angie Thomas. She's also the same woman who wrote the book The Hate You Give. This one's called On the Come Up. This was my most recent book purchase.
What's that about?
And
On the come up.
I don't know yet. I haven't read this one yet. I'm still reading Coretta Scott King's book right now. I'm on chapter 10 of that. So at some point when I'm done reading Coretta's book, I don't know whether to decide to read On the Come Up or any of my other ones I haven't gotten to yet.
Right.
Um, another book I have is another subject I've been interested in for a minute, and I didn't know anything about it until I watched Left Eye's documentary, The Last Days of Left Eye, when she was talking about numerology.
Mm.
And when I was in high school, I had to do a senior exit project on a topic of my choice, and I had to get it approved by like one of the English teachers for senior year.
Right.
Yeah, because I had to work a paper up and everything junior year, and then had to put like actual like an actual presentation, have a product backing up my topic was and all that. So this
Uh-huh.
book here, Numerology for Beginners, is this book here that I got. Yeah, because when I first heard about it, I wasn't too familiar with it, but
Right.
from reading it, I definitely got some insight with it. But I guess with this particular subject alone, I guess some people may have certain questions about it, like unsure or confused about what certain numbers mean,
Right.
whether it be like your life path number or like your destiny number, your soul number, or personality number, stuff like that, and the
Right.
meaning and the hidden meaning within your birth date, pretty much
So,
like
so have
certain.
you read your part of the book? Like, what does Virgo mean to you?
Um, this book is pretty much talking about numerology. It doesn't discuss like the aspects of astrology, I guess.
Mm. But
If that makes sense. Yeah, pretty much it's just about the numbers and like what certain ones mean, and like if you have like a certain master number like 11, 22, or
mm,
33, something like that, then there's
right.
like a hidden meaning with that. So it's pretty much breaking down like the intro of numerology and 5 core numbers of it, and then what certain stuff means and all that stuff. But yeah,
I always try to read my horoscope, and I find like when I read my horoscope every day, it describes who I am.
yeah, a lot. Yeah, I know what you mean because I get I know I follow certain like stuff that relates to my zodiac sign, or I get my daily horoscope on my Twitter every day,
Right.
and a lot of the stuff that it says on there, I feel like that 100% sums me up to a T, and I'm like, oh my God, that's
I
really me. It's
That's
describing
what
me
yep.
in
Yep.
every possible way. And I'm like, how?
Definitely.
Like, who came up with it to figure it out? It just sums me up a lot. Like some certain traits that fall for Virgos and stuff, that defines me. Other
Right.
stuff I just don't agree with, but every person who has a zodiac sign or whatever has certain strengths and weaknesses, some of which I agree, others I don't agree so much because I feel like some of that is not true or let alone define me, but it is what it is. But hey,
Yeah.
and pretty much anyone who's probably interested in wanting to know a little bit of numerology or want to have some insight on it, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
Interesting. All
Don't turn them Miss Cleo on us now.
right.
Nah, nah, no. If that ever happens, somebody come save me, please.
Oh God.
So it's on me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Next book I want to show y'all is I haven't read this book yet, but it was pretty interesting. It talks about African American music trails of Eastern North Carolina.
Okay.
So it pretty much just talks about the history of African American music in North Carolina. And like I said, I haven't read this book yet, but I want to read it one day and shit. So you only have that much to say about it at the moment. What else? And then I got Love, Peace, and Soul Behind behind the scenes of Soul Train classic moments. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting book. This talks about the behind the scene moments of Soul Train. I have another Soul Train book that was written by Questlove, and it's actually on my Amazon Kindle. Which that book I kind of prefer more over this one and shit like that. But with this one, it just takes us through the whole history of Soul Train, just behind the scenes moments and shit like that, like with Don Cornelius and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him.
Yes.
Just what he been through, just trying to get some acts on the phone and shit like that on the show. Just having moments sort of like Elton John and stuff like that. Have moments like with Stevie Wonder when he did that impromptu Soul Train theme song performance and shit like that. Yeah, man. Only thing I don't really like about Don Cornelius was the fact that he didn't really pay the dancers.
Right.
What?
He only paid them like KFC and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
KFC.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Watch the documentary of the show and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh man.
Don Cornelius was cheap,
Yeah.
and he didn't like hip hop.
Yeah.
that's and it's crazy too because I think one of the members from Run DMC was interviewed. I don't know if it was Run DMC, but they were saying how Dick Clark treated them better than Don Cornelius. So that says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Dick Clark, man, like rest in peace to him as well too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He really like put like a lot of black music up to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Town, he even like he embraced hip hop as well too and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, but if I was to pick over Soul Train or American Bands, then I would definitely pick Soul Train, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for all you guys interested in Soul Train, this is a good book for y'all and stuff like that. Love, Peace, and Soul. Very dope book. I want to say this book was released. I want to say either 2018 it was released. I want to say 2013. Excuse me. Yeah.
All right. Last one I got. Y'all know I love Riverdale, the show.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up reading a lot of Archie comics. I used to watch the Saturday morning cartoons as well in the 80s. I picked up. Now they started doing like crossover comics as well, and this one is for Veronica. Veronica is basically Veronica Lodge as a vampire hunter, and this came out in 2018. It's like this is how they're making like the graphic novels now and everything, and it's
Yeah.
basically about when everybody's in the comic. Archie, Jughead, Betty, Veronica, her father Hiram Lodge. He was doing there was some old business clients that he didn't know her father didn't know was vampires, and the vampires ended up like coming to their house, a family house, and biting Veronica's mom and her pops, and then the vampire bit her. So she became a vampire, but she still had like her human senses as well. So like she was on the hunt for the master vampire that bit her parents and her, like to kill him, but she was unsuccessful in the beginning. I haven't read. It's like a 4-part series. I haven't read the other 3. This is the first one, and it's just basically about her like adapting to being a vampire, but she still got like her feminine ways about her. Like she still was shopping for shoes and bags or whatever. She still had a thing for Archie, but at the same time, it was like she had like a hunger for blood. So she wanted to bite people, but it was like she was conflicted with being a vampire and a human at the same time, or trying to stay human at the same time. But it's definitely I like the novel. I think it's definitely a good read. and it's like another crossover with this. Jughead becomes a werewolf. So if you like horror and weird shit like I do, then you'll like it. But it's like a different side to the Archie comic series that you normally wouldn't expect, but I like it. So I'm definitely gonna check out the other issues as well. But Ashley, so
All right. All right. My last three I got. Okay. I got A Sick Life by T-Boz. Pretty much TLC and me stories from on and off the stage. I got done reading it literally like sometime last week. And yeah, it's a pretty dope read. Pretty much she talks about her humble beginnings growing up in Iowa, and
right.
then of course her dealing with sickle cell disease, which she still deals with to this day. Pretty much the early days of being in Second Nature, leading up to of course Crystal being let go of the group, and then the intro to Chili.
Man.
Pretty much TLC, how it came to be. She even discussed like how it was like on being on the road during those times, and all the pranks and the the silliness they did on the road, and
They had.
even yeah, and she even discussed a lot of stuff, such as, of course, the incident with Left Eye burning down Andre's house and how it impacted the image of the group and all that,
Man.
and yeah, and a lot of other things too, and of course the stuff they were dealing with when they were preparing for Crazy Sexy Cool and Fan Mail, and dealing with the loss of Left Eye and trying to move on without her and stuff like that. She even talked a little bit about that show that they had on UPN, Are You the Girl with T-Boz and Chili, back in like '05, and I remember watching that show too. That
Mhm.
show came out when I was in middle school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she pretty much how she was dealing with being pregnant with her daughter Chase, and being married, and dealing with losing certain loved ones in her family and all that stuff, and pretty much what she her journey of going through the adoption process of having her son Chance. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pretty good read. Some of the chapters in it, it had its funny moments that made me laugh, and then some of the stuff just made you feel sad and be like, dang, she really had to deal with a lot of stuff
Man.
back then. She even talked about her relationship with Dalvin from Jodeci back in the day, and
Back
a
10.
lot of stuff that you would not have known or would never even think
Right.
of knowing. But for anyone who I guess wants some insight into TLC, at least even the slightest, go get this book.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Mhm.
I heard some good things about that book. I might
Yeah,
check
it's
it
a
out.
it's a great read, man. Yeah, definitely it should not be out of print, but yeah, definitely look for it because it should be available on certain sites like Barnes and Noble or Amazon. That's where I got mine from.
Right.
Things like that. Yeah. The
Okay.
next book I haven't read yet. Every Little Step, My Story by Bobby Brown.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
I heard about that book too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a controversial one, to be real.
Is it? What
I
do you
did
say?
not know that.
Yeah, because a lot of people said that some stuff was fabricated,
Mm.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
especially.
haven't even read this. Yeah, I have not even read this one yet. This pretty much probably might be my next read once I'm done reading Coretta Scott's book, but we'll see what happens there.
All right.
And the last one I got is another book I have not read yet. It's by Robin Givens. Grace Will Lead Me
Oh,
Home.
Oh Jesus,
Lord.
What?
she's one of them girls I just want to fuck and just get it over with, you know.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know, Robin
What
Givens.
you got a thing for Robin Givens?
Here's the thing about Robin Givens. She's beautiful as fuck, but she's skinless as fuck.
He talk too much.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
too. Always talks about herself like she's a
Mhm.
shit.
yeah. She was married to Mike Tyson for God's sakes, and
Oh Jesus.
How did that happen?
mm,
Mike, he was dumb.
that's what I want to know. Like how that woman end up with Mike Tyson of all people?
She ruined Mike Tyson. That's all I
Like,
Hmm.
gotta say.
oh Lord. Yeah, it's another one of those books I have not read yet, but I was able to get my hands on it because it was a thing. I want to say it had to have been at least like the last one that Amazon had, but I don't know if anyone's able to get this book. It might be a little hard to come by depending on where you get it from, but yeah, I'm interested in reading this too. So
I bet. Don't let it corrupt your head. Reg, I mean, Reg, y'all ever seen Head of the Class?
I watch the show sometimes on the antenna TV.
Wait, I mean, is it just me? I mean, I never felt like she was the star of that show. Was she? You
Hell
think she
no.
was the star of the show?
I never watched that show.
To be honest, man, it was all about Howard Hessman. After Howard Hessman left,
Right,
the show went downhill.
the teacher.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I think she has a recurring role on Riverdale too.
Yep,
She used to be on Riverdale, but I haven't seen her this season though.
Oh,
Nah, I know she like hooked up with like the former sheriff of Riverdale, but I haven't seen her this. Well, this season was short because of the COVID and everything. But I didn't see her
right,
so.
right. They had to, yeah.
Yeah,
But I would say this, Try. When it comes to head of the class, she was one of the most recognizable students because I
right,
think she did stay all throughout the run and stuff like that.
right. But I think she parlayed her role on Head of the Class into everything else.
Yep.
'Cause I never felt like she was the main star on that show.
Hell no, man. If it wasn't
You know,
for her,
like when you, it's like having like when you had Judy Winslow become a porn star.
Yeah,
Judy Winslow wasn't the star of Family Matters.
no,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But people know
yeah,
Judy for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Because when I first heard about her becoming a porn star, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the producers, that's not the producers of the Family Guy. They did her wrong.
Yeah,
You know, they could have done plenty of stuff with Judy and shit like
yeah.
that.
They could have done
Right.
something instead of just like taking her off the show completely.
Right.
Like,
Right, because it was even crazy. Because even in the show's golden era, like Judy, sometimes wasn't. It was just Eddie and Lord. People
Right.
were just recognizing shit like that. And
yeah,
you
and
tell
it
me
was
that
like, ooh,
you tell me that little Richie gets upstaged by this girl? Oh, come on.
I know. I felt so bad. I'm like, dang, really?
You know, the light skinned nigga.
Favorite Robin Givens movie. I don't remember any movie with Robin Givens in it.
Hold on.
He said movie, not show.
Yeah. She
I mean,
was
at a
she
state.
was in Boomerang. Boomerang.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that was the one with the messed up feet, right?
She ain't had the messed up
Yeah.
feet. You thinking
Yeah,
of
messed up feet. I
no,
ain't
she
see
wasn't the
Boomerang
one with
before.
the messed up feet. You thinking of Layla Rashawn in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
she was the
why
one
did
that had
he
the messed up feet.
why did Eddie leave Robin for Holly then?
Because Robin was dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh,
She kind of had the
Holly.
mentality of like a man in some instances. Like she was like the female counterpart of Eddie Murphy's character in the movie.
She was a
Yeah.
player. That's
Uh-huh.
dangerous.
Yeah,
When
that
a
pretty much
female
like I
player
said,
hooks up with a guy player, that's dangerous.
yeah, that pretty much like this like I said, the female equivalent of Marcus, because Marcus was known
Right.
as the playboy in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get his hands on any woman he could. Yeah.
That's the only movie I remember her in, Boomerang.
She was in other stuff too. I remember her, she was in
Head of state.
Blank Man.
Head
Blank
of
Man
State.
with Damon Wayans, yeah.
Head of State. Who was in Head of State? Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
Yeah. She was
I
in
saw
Head
that
of
one
State.
movie.
Yeah, I remember. Go back and watch that movie. She was in it.
Okay.
She was also in Tyler Perry's The Family That Prays.
I didn't see that.
I've seen that.
Okay.
She even had like a recurring role on Tyler Perry's House of Pain as well.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Have you all watched the
Yeah.
Bobby Brown story? Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Definitely a good movie. I don't know how much of it is true though, but I mean, I heard Teddy Riley say some things that they cut his stuff out of the film, so I don't understand that.
What movie?
The Bobby Brown film?
The Bobby Brown story?
Yeah. Like the part where Bobby is
Oh,
like in the bathroom before he gets married. Teddy Riley was in it with him. And he cut that part out.
oh wow.
And he told him not
I
to
did not
marry.
know that.
Yeah, he told him not to marry Whitney because he's gonna mess up his image. He didn't listen.
Mm. No, he didn't.
He was thinking about them tenderonis.
Yeah. And humping
Favorite
around.
The Wiz. The Wiz is the only Daniel Ross film I remember. Like, yo, we seen
What
You
about Lady Sings the Blues?
Mahogany.
I never saw
Yeah.
that. I never saw that.
What?
Double
No,
Platinum.
never saw those.
Oh,
Mahogany, when was
Wow.
that? 70s that came out?
75.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never saw that. Never saw that.
Mm.
I'm gonna check that out.
Where you going?
Mm.
But yeah, I guess it's on me and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You said what?
No, I was gonna say a question that Ronnie asked.
What was the
What was
question?
Favorite movie from the Wayans family?
Ooh,
Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
a low down dirty shame.
Hey,
Scary movie. I love scary movies. The first one.
I never really
Uh,
cared too much for the scary movie. The first one
I
was
never
pretty
got
good,
into
Yeah.
them either.
They got stupid
but
after a while.
Hollywood fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what about White Chicks?
White Chicks
Hate
was
that.
good.
Hate
Yeah.
that.
What didn't you like about it?
First, first of all, it was just corny racist humor, corny racial story stereotypes. Have a thing about black comedians doing whiteface and shit like that. I just have a thing about that. Like, didn't care for any of that bullshit.
What do you think of E News?
E News?
What do you mean? E News on the E channel? I don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I used to watch it like all the time, but ever since this whole thing happened, I haven't been watching stuff on cable like that. I just been pretty much watching stuff on streaming services.
Yeah, I don't watch nothing on the E channel.
My mom does.
Yeah. What is she like?
She likes watching E News sometimes. She sometimes watches if they air reruns of Chrisley Knows Best,
Right.
um Botched.
Watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And
Kardashian?
certain movies that they have on that network.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes my mom watches the Kardashians.
Mm.
Yeah.
Favorite member of the Jackson 5?
Oh
Michael.
wow.
That's easy. I'm not gonna say Tito.
Of course, Michael.
Yeah.
It damn sure ain't fucking Marlon.
People ask.
I thought somebody was gonna say Jermaine.
Hell no. Jermaine was decent, but he didn't do enough for his solo career though.
Oh yeah.
Like he could have been as big as Janet and Michael.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world happened? He could have been big like his little brother and little sister.
I don't know.
Where
He
did he
didn't
go
want it
wrong?
that bad. He didn't want it that bad.
I guess not.
There has to be Michael. I've never heard nobody say anything other than Michael. Anybody like
Yeah,
Jack?
I don't think I've never heard anyone say anything about Jackie or
No.
Tito or Marlon
Marlon? Randy?
or Randy.
Nope.
Anyway, I got a few more books to show y'all and shit.
Okay.
This next book is another dope biography. is The Divided Soul: The Life of Marvin Gaye.
Oh wow.
This was released in 1985. Very, very, very dope book.
And it looks like Reg went back in time to get it from '85.
Yeah, this is the OG copy right here, boys. It's
Oh my
OG.
God.
Yeah, it's all beat up and shit like that. I had to find this book.
Right.
Luckily, it didn't cost me that much. Um, the story with this book, he was working with David Ritz, and David Ritz was a popular biographer and shit like that. He helped write um, Janet Jackson's book that came out, The True You. He helped write Morris Day's book, Taking It Back. His first collaboration was when he worked with the Ray Charles with the Brother Ray book, which I've heard a lot of people say that's a very good book. So
Right.
yeah, very, very, very dope book. The story with this book was the fact that y'all should know Marvin Gaye passed away or was killed in 1984, and they were working on this book, since the days of Marvin. After the Marvin dropped his classic "Hear My Dear" album and stuff like that, so they spent years, conducting interviews and shit like that. Yeah, man, very, very interesting book. Some stories from this book include like Barry Gordy saving Marvin Gaye from suicide. Um, you have other stories like Marvin getting into it with like Lou Rawls and shit like that. Um,
Mm.
yeah, very, 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 very good book. I also do have Janice Gay's book that she did based on her life of Marvin Gaye, which I have on my Kindle and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm still reading that one right now. This book right here, very good book right here. Must have in your collection. And they re-released this book too. And the re-release version it just has Marvin, in his like famous skull cap and whatnot. So yeah. Um, then I got like basically rules of the book about rules of the game and shit like that. This was pretty much like a gift, just how to attract females and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, pretty much talking about arms and shit like that. Nothing to it. All right, I got about a few more books, like about 4 more books I gotta show y'all. This book right here is pretty much April Ryan's book, Under Fire and stuff like that. April Ryan's a journalist in Washington and stuff like that. I haven't even read this book. I recently got it, so yeah, I can't really say too much about it. Do y'all have any more books too, or everyone's done?
That's it for me.
No,
Okay,
no, the last three I shown, that was it for me. I only had 9.
okay, cool, cool. All right. Next book. I got a book called Ouch. Okay, I got a book where it's talking about the 101 greatest sitcoms of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, this book right here was released, I want to say in 2007. Just talks about, the greatest sitcoms of all time, as the title says. Yeah, like I said, this was a very interesting book. Talks about, the Cosby Show, on the Family, um, IG Regini. It talks about fucking that 70s show, it's a few recent one, that 70s show, 30
Mm-hmm.
Rock on Will and Grace. My only gripe, there's a few sitcoms they kind of neglected to talk about, like no mention of the Wonder Years, no mention of Night Court, which that's a very underrated, not underrated, but I feel like they should be talking about Night Court in this because, like, they mentioned like a lot of single season or 2 season shows too. So
Right.
I mean, very interesting, very, very, very interesting book right here and stuff like that. It just gives you trivia about how the sitcom was made and stuff. You know, it mentions the Golden Girls, Iowa
Oh yeah,
and shit like that.
classic.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, very, very, very cool
Yeah.
book. It, like, so the Flying Nun made this list. Okay, yeah,
The Flying Nun, is that Sally Fields?
Sally Fields, both
But I
that
thought
and
they called it Gidget or something like that.
Gidget was the first show that ran for
Oh,
like a
okay.
season or two.
Oh, so this is like another one?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
they made a sitcom based on the Flying Nun, and
Yeah,
that
I
made
didn't like
the list.
that.
mm.
That
But
was good.
Wow.
yeah, man, but yeah. Also about that book too. About that book too. You know, they talked about how some of the actors got their start in show business and shit like that too. So
Mhm.
all my sitcom fans, definitely will love that. All right, the last three books I want to show y'all. Um, title speaks for itself.
That's classic.
Biography
Yes.
of Malcolm
That's
X.
the one I had with that same cover.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a classic book. Believe it or not, I actually had to. This is like the third copy I got for this book. But I'm not either second or third copy because the first copy I had, I gave it to my homeboy and shit like that. And I part of me was a little bit mad that he didn't give it back, but at the same time, he's getting knowledge one way or another.
Right.
Mm.
And I think I got another copy. I think this is the second copy I got. So yeah, so of course, this book was re-released hella times and shit like that. It was originally released in 1965. I want to say, months after Malcolm X, got assassinated. Rest in peace to him, of
Mhm.
course. He was working on this book a lot with Alex Haley. Yes,
Yeah.
the same Alex Haley that was made the Root series and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But there's been some controversy about Alex Haley's part in this book because of the fact that there was some material that a lot of fans have said that he kind of sugarcoated and stuff like that too.
Right.
So, by the way,
Mm.
happy Juneteenth, everybody! Just throwing
Yeah.
it out there.
Yep.
Um, yeah, man. So yeah, this book I can't explain too much things about this book because everyone should. Every African American should read this book. Point blank.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very legendary book right here and stuff like that. I have to reread this book because it's been years since I actually reread this book. So, Autobiography of Malcolm X. Yeah, yes, Q. Different Strokes is discussed on that book too.
Classic show.
Oh yeah.
How do is that on? That's on the list.
Yeah, Different Strokes and
Yeah.
I
Fast
Yeah.
didn't.
Forward.
He
They
said
put
that.
Gidget on that list. I can't. That's crazy. The
Yeah, man.
flying.
Mm.
Yeah, man. It's also crazy too and shit like that. They don't even have like shows like the Larry Sanders Show. They don't have what's that one? They don't even have Martin, which I'm not
What?
surprised.
Wow. That's a
I'm
trouble.
not surprised. A lot of sitcom critics kind of hold their nose high with certain black sitcoms and shit. So,
Mm.
Right.
but yeah, man. Because if I made my own home list and shit like that, it would be a much different list than that. But
We should
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
you said
We
what?
should do that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that and shit. Like, I'm definitely down.
Yes. Make out like what? How much we want to do? Like 50? 100 would be
50
too
or
long.
yeah, 100
Let's
is way too long.
we can do like top 50 sitcoms or some shit.
Top
Yeah.
50? Okay.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Um. So yeah. Next book I got is 20 Questions and Answers on Black Europe. This was written by Stephen Small, released in 2018. I I, I originally got this book from one of my history classes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we were learning about Europe's contribution in African Americans and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is a very interesting book. It just has a different question like Europe's contribution to the African diaspora, Black Europe. and stuff like that. So very, very, very dope book. And the last book is just another book for my history class. What is African American history? Just discussing what African American history is and shit like that. Pretty dope, pretty okay book. So that's all the books I got in my collection.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite
Yeah, I
song
got-
from Janet Jackson.
Ooh.
Man, come on. That's hard. That is so
Living in the
hard,
world.
man.
I would go with living in the world that didn't make.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites. Ugh. Um, dang, this she got so many good songs. I can't pick just one.
Too
Oh,
many.
yes. God. Yeah, I can't pick just one favorite Janet song, y'all. Ugh.
Nasty Boys is good. Yes. That's the
Funny
Real
how
Love.
time flies.
Yes. Funny How Time Flies. Love that one.
Yeah, Camp Loaded.
Let's Wait a While. It's too many, Ronnie.
Yeah,
You always
way
have to.
too many.
Oh man.
Dang.
Hell, I will probably throw in this Escape Pay too.
Escapade?
Escapade.
Yeah.
Yes, that was good.
Excuse me.
Nice. Oh
What do you
goodness.
think of Michael Eric? Michael Eric Dyson. He's good. Always see him in like a lot of documentaries and stuff, and he wrote like a couple of books.
I've heard of that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very dope author. Him and Cornell West.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite
Oh,
Al
I
Pacino
remember.
film?
Yeah, I remember Cornell West came to Central Reg.
Mm.
Oh, I
One,
missed
yeah,
that.
yeah. I recorded that. I recorded that on my Snapchat. I saved
Oh, wow.
that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Shit.
Cornel West looked like the Nutty Professor. Like he always got this afro and
And glasses.
yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
Favorite Al Pacino movie? Scarface. Best
I'm
Al
gonna
Pacino.
go with The Godfather.
Godfather was great. Love that.
Mm.
I just watched A Dog Day Afternoon. That was a good one too.
I was gonna mention that one.
Yeah, that was good. He should have left, Joe. He should have left. You know, he stayed too long in that bank. He should have left.
Oh yeah, he should have fucking
Like he
left.
stayed the whole day, like from morning to night. You should have. I would have took the money and been gone. Like how you staying at the whole bank? Who does that?
The thing about the
Stupid
70s,
people.
try to put when it comes to like movies in the 70s, they try to like make the most despicable character have like very complex sides. Ever since
Right.
The Godfather and shit like that. So
But he wasn't even like ruthless. Like he cared too much about the people in the bank. Like you go in there with your homeboy for the money and you should have left. Like they just stayed there the whole day.
Like get in and get out.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? It's a heat wave going on and you up in the bank the whole day.
Mm,
You know.
that's dumb.
shit.
Favorite character from New Jack City, Nino.
Brown,
Favorite character.
Oh yeah.
sit your $5 ass on the phone.
Favorite Tupac song.
No.
Come on, man, yo.
Come on, man. I can't name just one.
I get
Holla if
around.
you hear me.
Holla if you hear me. That was great.
Changes.
Changes. That
That's
was
another
good.
one of my favorites, man.
Pookie's my favorite character, Sam said. Pookie was
Pookie.
those drugs fucked him up, man.
Yes.
I felt bad for Pookie. I thought he could
Oh
have stayed
yeah.
off the crack, but you know. Q said, what about Kevin Paul? I heard he's going to come out with a Tupac book in 2021. Who's Kevin Paul?
What? Who?
I don't know who Kevin Paul is.
Who's Kevin Paul?
I don't know who he is either.
Favorite character from Martin.
Okay, here's my take on it. There shouldn't be any more books written on Tupac. What don't we already know
Yeah.
about the man
What
that
more
hasn't
can they-
already
can they
been
do?
published already?
Exactly. What more they doing?
Like, what more is there to tell?
Like what he
I don't
ate for breakfast in the morning and shit.
Unless they're gonna put where his whereabouts are, then I won't be reading that book.
No, I don't want to hear that. Because we all know he been dead since '96. Like, come on.
Favorite character from Martin.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to
I
go.
gotta say Martin. Martin was. I love the
Yeah.
jokes he did to those people.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Martin, man. Like,
Martin was the star of his own show.
Oh yeah.
Never
Big
missed
time.
that show. My favorite pasta is I love baked ziti. Love that. I love lasagna. What's your favorite pasta? You all eat pasta?
I do.
I love Italian food in general. So spaghetti, ravioli, love it.
I've had spaghetti and lasagna.
Yeah,
Love spaghetti.
I love lasagna, man.
Yep.
Shit. Yeah, Brenda's got a baby. That's nothing. That's a classic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Alfredo. Yeah, Alfredo is good. I don't like Alfredo from everybody though. Like there's certain restaurants,
Oh yeah. I've had chicken Alfredo.
yeah, that they'll make good chicken Alfredo,
No,
but
no,
not
I had homemade chicken Alfredo.
homemade. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna call it a night and shit like that. I got like my webcam charged up a bit.
All right.
Yeah, but this was a very dope part 2 and shit like that. Yeah, very, very, very good. Yeah, Ronnie. I heard of Freddie Jackson.
When are you coming back, Reg? The people want to know.
Yeah. I know that's gonna be the next question.
Early to mid July. I'm gonna probably come back with another review. Probably about give me like a good 3 weeks. That's all I need. A good 3 weeks, and I'll be good.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching as usual. I'm still gonna, be doing videos with Try.
Yes.
Still
Next week we're doing Rick Ross discography on my channel, so make sure you be there, all the Rick Ross fans, and Wu-Tang Wednesdays, and we got some other shit we're gonna do.
Got you. And stay tuned. Hopefully by next week's episode will be done. Hopefully. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah.
But as usual, hope everyone has a good night. Again, happy Juneteenth. The real day of freedom, not the overhyped 4th of July.
Mm.
Peace.
Right.
Hope
Peace.
everyone stay safe.
Peace.